Hi guys, I'm AnimeMixer1, AM1 for short, and today I'm gonna tell you what I watched and what I would recommend and not recommend from the summer season of anime in 2018. Although what I'm actually gonna start with is going back a few seasons in order to tell you a few anime that I didn't have time to watch earlier, but that I did watch now and that I actually enjoyed. So there were two. The first one I watched was Megalobox. I can already hear you going, what, you didn't watch Megalobox when it aired? And no, I didn't. But I did have time to semi-marathon it, and it was awesome. Absolutely worth it. I regret not watching it earlier. But I did get time to watch it, and if you have time to watch it, you should watch it too. It's good. Second one, also a good anime, but I was a little bit bored at times. It was Violet Evergarden. Technically an amazing anime. Like, everybody who says the animation and sound and everything is awesome, they're right, it's awesome. And the character of Violet is actually a rather good one. The problem is actually in the episodic format, because it kinda gets old. Eventually you pretty much know what's gonna happen. Violet's gonna write a letter, people are gonna be moved, and we're moving on. Granted, they are really good at throwing in just tiny bits of character development in every episode, but still, there are many times where I just sit and watch it and go, I'm bored, is something interesting gonna happen now? So, unlike many others, I would not put this in the Anime of the Year contender category. But overall, I'd say it's a very solid and good show, but if you like things to be a little more fast-paced, then you might want to look elsewhere. Anyway, on to the summer season of what I watched, and first of all, let's get to one of the big ones, Attack on Titan Season 3. Now, I actually watched the specials, the Lost Girls episodes that aired before and a little bit during this season. It was a little bit weird. There were 3 special episodes called The Lost Girls, and I watched the 2 first ones, and then the 3rd season started, but the last episode of The Lost Girls hadn't come out yet, so I waited and then watched that. Turned out that wasn't needed, but it's a nice reminder of what happened before you start jumping into this. The 3rd season itself was amazing as usual, though it sticks out for being the first season that does not have a hype opening. It's actually a very slow moving, and it's a good opening, it's just not the hype we're used to. It's very toned down. This one is not contending for opening of the year, I'm telling you. But you know what's made this season especially good? An immediate announcement after it ended that the second part of Season 3 is coming. So this was Season 3 Part 1, and then we get Season 3 Part 2. Which is, I hate when they do that. Can't you just call it Season 3 and Season 4, period? I remember when I watched Durarara, it had the first season, obviously, and then it had the second season, which was split into 3 parts of 13 episodes each. Why not just call it Season 2, 3, and 4, instead of Season 2, Part 1, Season 2, Part 2, Season 2, Part 3. And they're doing the same here. It's gonna be Attack on Titan Season 3, Part 1, Attack on Titan Season 3, Part 2. Why? But Season 3 Part 2 is coming in April, and I am already excited. Just gotta wait half a year. The next anime I want to mention is Hataraku Saibo Cells at Work. And this one is actually really fun. It takes place inside the human body, and all the cells in your body have been humanized, and so they're all running around doing their jobs, and it's all very good fun. Though I gotta wonder whose body that is, because he goes through a lot of shit. Maybe it's the body of some shonen protagonist. They tend to go through a lot of injuries. Or it could just be your average Joe who's having a really rough life. One of the things that post-watching this series makes it even better for me is that right now at YouTube I'm watching a series where an actual doctor actually sits down, watches the anime, and then explains the scientific accuracies of it, or inaccuracies in those cases, but it's usually very accurate, and he explains how things actually work and how it's represented here, compares it and everything, and it's all bloody good fun, and I enjoyed it. I'm gonna leave a link in the description so you can watch it, because it's amazing. It's at the time of videotaping this, he's done 3 episodes, and I look forward to all the rest. Then we have Hanebado. It's girls playing badminton, and it's actually a really good sports anime when it's doing sports. Now let me explain. The actual sporting, the actual matches of ting 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 badminton, that's good. That's amazing. That's very well done. It almost gives sort of Prince of Tennis vibes at times, and I like that. I like Prince of Tennis. That was my sports anime childhood. But unlike Prince of Tennis, Hanebado has a little character problem. Specifically, its main character, which is always a bad start. Now, it doesn't start bad. The main character doesn't want to play badminton anymore, but she gets kind of forced into it anyway, and she goes through a lot of character development. Because I say development, but it's actually just flipping on the drop of a hat. One moment she's all shy and, oh no, no. The next moment she's all, I'm gonna help the team, and the next one she's, I don't care about the team. Topped off with a confusing and illogical backstory for her and everything, and like, all the characters around her are pretty good. They get actually pretty decent development, but the main character just goes through his sort of, I'm like this now, no, I'm like this now, no, I'm like this now, and that ruins my enjoyment of it. It's still a very good sports anime, but the actual characters and the character drama, that kind of sucks. So if you don't like sports anime to begin with, you're not gonna like this. If you like sports anime, you should give it a go, because it's a good sports anime, but the other things you can just try to ignore them. Also, this season saw the end of My Hero Academia Season 3, or Boku no Hero Academia Season 3, whichever way you prefer to say it. I prefer to just say Hero Aka, that way both sides are fine, because Hero Aka is part of both the English and Japanese version, so let's just call it Hero Aka. It introduced us to the first bad filler this thing has ever had, but it's an introduction to a movie, which I haven't seen yet, so hopefully the movie makes up for it. Also, the filler was in the middle of the license arc, the professional hero license arc, so that was bad timing. I mean, they did some comedy with it, but that was just bad timing. I think a lot of people were upset about that. Now, while the first part of Season 3 had a lot of just the pure action and development, the second part had a lot of build-up. More character development, especially for Bakugo, who I like as a character. I started watching this going, yeah, obviously the one who's gonna turn to the villains. And now I'm just completely reversed in that. I'm just going, he's never gonna be a bad guy, but he's always gonna be a very aggressive good guy. He's chaotic good guy. Anyway, it's done. All the build-up it needs to make Season 4 an amazing spectacle, and I'm looking forward to it so much. This season also saw the end of Steins Gate Zero, which is... that's good. Now, the original Steins Gate goes down as one of the best anime I've ever seen ever. Steins Gate Zero is not exactly that good, and the fact that you have to have watched the original to have seen this makes it a little bit of a commitment for a lot of people, because now you're talking about like 50 episodes. Including that you probably should watch the movies, and there's like a special episode, like episode 0 of Steins Gate Zero, you could say. So there's a bit of a commitment if you want to watch Steins Gate Zero from the beginning, so to speak. But it's still an amazing show. But I'd advise you to actually watch it right after watching the original Steins Gate, because if you don't, there will be some parts where you go, hang on, what's going on here? I can't remember this, and I had to go back and rewatch a bunch of episodes just to get the specific references. I actually had to search it up, wait a minute, what was going on there? And I was like, going back to an episode and going, oh, I remember now! And that happened several times. It does tie up the few loose ends we had lying about at the end of Steins Gate, and I'm happy with that. So overall, this one is a really good one. Again, watch it if you've watched the original Steins Gate. Heck, watch it even if you haven't watched the original Steins Gate. Just start watching the original Steins Gate and then watch Steins Gate Zero. And finally, Gintama Shirogane no Tamashi Hen Kouhansen, which is the long name for Gintama, the final arc. The absolute final arc. Like the final arc. Because a little bit back they had the final arc, but then they didn't complete the final arc, so they had to have the final arc part 2, so to speak. And the way it ended was so Gintama. Oh, allow me to say it like this. The ending of this season of Gintama was a dick move. No anime would usually get away with doing something like this. And yet it's essentially Gintama. It's everything I've come to love about it over all the years I've watched it. Over all the, 350 or something episodes that exists. This is essentially Gintama. I can't spoil it for you, because if you intend to watch it and you haven't, then I don't want to give away anything. It's too good. But let's just say, anyone who likes Gintama, anyone who's watching Gintama, anyone who's catching up to Gintama or anything, you are going to either hate it or love it, or possibly both at the same time. It's Gintama. It's actually possible to love and hate it at the same time, all while laughing your butt off. The only thing I can say is, final arc may have to go with a little question mark at the end. Hashtag Gintama ending scam. Anyway, that wraps up what I watched in the summer season of Anime 2018. There were a few more anime that I intended to watch, but they weren't really that important, so I prioritized Violet Evergarden and Megalobox. In general, I think there are a couple more anime that I really need to watch before the inevitable bullshit show that is Crunchyroll Anime Awards, in which one anime wins everything because it's popular. The upcoming Anime Awards are actually going to be my next video, so I hope you look forward to that, but until then, remember, I have been Anime Mixer 1, and I approve of this video.